Free souvenirs, free activities, free snacks? Are we really talking about Disney World? Yeah, it's time to explore 50 free things for you to do during your next Disney visit right here on the DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Disney World is always going to be an investment, so you might as well take advantage of everything that's included in your vacation that you don't have to pay for, because tracking down those freebies can be a blast. Along with the free stuff that's been around for a while, we're also going to throw in some brand new stuff into the mix that you probably haven't heard of before. Because this is such a giant list, and I'd be seriously impressed if you memorized it all in one go, we've got all 50 entries typed up and ready for you over at disneyfoodblog.com/50 free things. Just drop us your email and we'll send the complete PDF your way. Let's start our list with the best free thing in Disney World right now. Whew, setting the bar high off the get-go, am I right? Chippendale's Campfire Sing-Along. Campfires around Disney World resorts are already free, but the best campfires happen at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Why are they the best? Well, because the campfires here have a bonus cowboy sing-along and a big old chipmunk hug from your pals Chip and Dale. Then, as you roast a marshmallow over the open fire, you can start settling in for the evening to watch an outdoor movie. There's nothing like the great outdoors to ease your soul, and this is the opportunity to meet two favorite characters and experience a show, and it's all completely free. Unbelievable. Now, this next point goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about, marshmallows. Did you know that the campfires around property, so those campfires at the resorts, often offer free marshmallows to their hotel guests? So they'll give you a stick and a marshmallow to roast marshmallows at the campfire. So not only are the campfires free, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit, but the marshmallows are free too. Now, you can pay a little bit extra to get a whole s'mores kit if you want to get fancy, but usually the marshmallows are going to be handed out completely free. And now for a classic freebie that's fun and tasty, mostly, the international sodas at Club Cool. Right next to Epcot's Creations shop is a little area called Club Cool where you can try 8 different international sodas for free. Just grab yourself a little Coca-Cola sample cup and sip away on whichever flavors you want to try. Just be careful when it comes to the Beverly and don't say we didn't warn you. By the way, if you think Club Cool is the main free attraction inside Epcot, not even close. We are just getting started. Time to talk about those Kidcot fun stops. How are you going to keep your kiddos endlessly entertained as you explore all of the countries around the World Showcase? Guess it's Kidcot to the rescue. Each pavilion has a Kidcot fun stop where kiddos can collect activity cards that are specific to each pavilion's country. They feature stickers, mini activities, and fun facts. But the scavenger hunts do not stop there. What about finding Dory's friends? World Showcase can't have all the fun in Epcot, so when you enter the Sea Base building, which is the same place you'll exit to after you ride the Seas with Nemo and Friends, track down the kiosk on the first floor of the building to grab a Finding Dory's Friends interactive booklet. This one contains a self-guided scavenger hunt along with riddles, puzzles, and best of all, stickers. And parents, you get to just hang out for a little bit in the meditative AC that is the Sea Base Aquarium area. It is so relaxed and cool and calm in there, and your kids can just go find Dory's friends, and it's going to be great for everybody. All right, feeling thirsty again? Epcot has more than free soda. What about the complimentary refresher samples? When you're strolling around the Tea Caddy shop in the UK pavilion, you might see a table off to the corner holding small plastic cups. Now, on occasion, UK cast members will be handing out samples of some of the Twinings tea and refreshers they sell in the store, which can be very tricky because we always want to buy a few boxes after we have our sample, which is basically the point, right? Now, the UK pavilion is more than just its tea and biscuits. It's also shrouded in history, your history to be exact. Something else free you can do here in the UK pavilion is learn about your family crest. Across from the Tea Caddy is the Crown and Crest, which is a shop that celebrates generations of family names with their coat of arms merchandise. In fact, you can learn about your coat of arms too. Just ask the cast member behind the register for help tracking down your family's name, or located in the giant book of names in front of the counter. The cast member can look up your family's name in their database to find your coat of arms. You're more than welcome to purchase it as a plaque, a picture, or a mug, but even if you don't purchase anything, you can still see what your family crest looks like for free. And no, you do not have to have a name from the British Isles for this to work. There are last names featured from all over the world kept in the Crown and Crest database. Now, what about the Epcot festivals? Is there anything free you can pick up during those? Why, yes. Yes, there are. At both Epcot Park entrances, as well as the main gift shops, you'll be able to grab a festival passport, and you should. This little book is really important. It'll not only tell you about all the offerings the festivals have, but it'll also include detailed checklists of the different foods that you try at each of the outdoor kitchens. You'll also be able to check out the food walk challenges on the back side of the booklets, though to participate in these, you will need to spend money on each of the snack items listed. And here's a bonus. Though you can always keep track of where you are around the parks via the virtual maps featured on the My Disney Experience app, you can still grab physical copies of the maps at the entrance to each park too. These maps can be a fun backdrop for your framed park photos, or can be used to make your own Disney-themed jewelry once you return home. How about that? Lots of love and freebies over in Epcot, but it's time for another park's turn. How about Hollywood Studios? Now, we know there are extravagantly priced VIP tours that take you behind the scenes of the Disney parks, as well as tell you about how Walt Disney himself got his start from humble beginnings. But if you don't want to drop the major cash on a VIP tour experience, you can always check out the Walt Disney Presents Self-Guided Tour. This tells the story of Walt's childhood, as well as his growing passion for animation and theme park development during the course of his life, through many sketches, models, little TV clips from his wonderful World of Disney days, you name it. This is museum quality curation right here in this corner of Hollywood Studios, and not a lot of people actually go. At the end of the exhibit, you can watch a short film, Walt Disney's One Man's Dream, that goes into even more depth about Walt Disney's budding career. But if there's a new Disney film about to be released to a theater near you, One Man's Dream might be replaced to show an exclusive 10 to 15 minute preview of the movie before it reaches the big screens, and that's also very cool. At the end of the tour, you can also sometimes see glass case exhibits featuring costumes that have appeared in upcoming or recently released live-action Disney films. Like when they recently had those Beauty and the Beast costumes that Emma Watson wore on display, that was pretty cool. Now, if you've ever wanted to visit a place that doesn't actually exist, that's this next point. We're going to talk about Potato Land. It's the place you'll see every night in your dreams. You probably only understood that reference if you've seen the newly animated Mickey Mouse shorts before, specifically the one where Mickey, Donald, and Goofy visit Potato Land. And now you can visit Potato Land too. At the end of the Mickey Shorts Theater in Hollywood Studios, you'll walk through a room with a few different photo op stations, and one of the photo setups happens to be the one and the only Potato Land with a prop potato on a stool and all. So these are really funny, totally free photo ops for you to go experience with your fam. Now, can Potato Land beat out Magic Kingdom as the most magical place on earth? No. So let's jump over to Magic Kingdom for a bit and check out what free offerings they've got in store for us. So as opposed to everything else, it seems, in Disney World, you can't pay to be one of the chosen ones to pull Excalibur from the stone in Fantasyland. You just have to be worthy of it. Check out the sword in the stone close to Prince Charming's regal carousel. Many people have tried to extract the weapon from its rocky domain, but only few have proved themselves worthy enough to succeed. Now, if the stars don't align and you don't end up getting Excalibur this time around, don't fret. Maybe a little extra magic will help cheer you up, and I know just where to find it for free. Pixie Dust isn't just for kids, it's for kids at heart too. Over at Sir Mickey's gift shop, you'll find Fairy Godmother cast members holding special magic wands. If you ask these cast members for a little dose of pixie dust, you'll get just what you asked for, and don't forget to make a wish. If you want to be part of the shows here in Disney, you very well can be, with no prior training necessary. There are 2 shows in Disney World that require audience participation to help make them work, and those are Turtle Talk over at Epcot and Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor at Magic Kingdom. At Turtle Talk, you may be chosen to ask Crush the Turtle any question within reason, of course, and he'll respond in real time. Same goes for Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. The monsters don't just need your laughter to power their city, they need your jokes and all-around participation too. So be ready to be part of the show at any given time. Keep in mind that not everyone will be chosen to participate in these performances, since there will be a lot of guests and only a limited amount of time for each act, so don't be disappointed if you're not chosen every single time you pop in for a show. Now, some free souvenirs aren't simply handouts. Some you have to rightfully earn, and that's the case with the Galactic Hero sticker. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin isn't your average Rudy Tooty point-and-shooty dark ride. It is serious business. You're defending the galaxy from the evil Emperor Zurg. So if you're skilled enough to achieve a high score that puts you into the Galactic Hero category of this ride, then you just might earn a Galactic Hero sticker that you can show off proudly for the rest of your day in Magic Kingdom. But why stop at just being a Galactic Hero? Why not be a pirate marauder too? If ride lines are getting a little too long midday, you can head over to Adventureland and sign up up for a Pirate's Adventure Treasures of the Seven Seas. This is a 5-part interactive scavenger hunt where you'll track down treasures, evade antagonistic scallywags, and learn about secrets you never knew were lurking around this particular region of Magic Kingdom. After you've completed all 5 missions, you'll earn the grand prize, a card signed by Captain Jack Sparrow himself. No waiting in a meet and greet line necessary, and totally free. All right, Galactic Hero and Professional Marauder, what else can we add to your resume? How about Honorary Jungle Cruise Skipper? Look out, kiddos, you might be fortunate enough to become an honorary skipper on your next Jungle Cruise adventure. Every now and then, your skipper will choose a lucky guest skipper to give a Jungle Cruise license to, but don't be stealing the steering wheel or anything. It's all for show. However, the little card that you'll receive does make for a nice free keepsake. Can't leave out Disney's Animal Kingdom though. Let's head there next because they really do have some of the best free offerings around. When your kiddo watched Pixar's Up for the first time, they were probably inspired by Russell to join the Wilderness Explorers, while you, on the other hand, openly sobbed into your popcorn bowl. Turns out, becoming a Wilderness Explorer is pretty easy. Just head over to the Wilderness Explorers headquarters or one of the troop leader locations in Animal Kingdom to get started on collecting badges. There are over 25 badges for kiddos to collect, but each has to be earned after completing a wilderness challenge. Needless to say, this activity could lead to hours of entertainment. And again, totally free. Now, if this is your first time going to Disney World ever, then I've got to fill you in on this free activity. And if you aren't new, stick with us anyways, because this next point will go hand in hand with a free secret you probably haven't heard of before. Heads up, the Disney Springs shopping district costs you nothing. Parking is free. Going into the shopping district is free. Go and check it out just for the heck of it. You can either park there in those free parking garages, or you can pick up one of the Disney buses and hitch a ride over and just window shop the afternoon away. Sure, there are plenty of temptations surrounding you, like food and shops and extra activities, but even just walking around the area and taking in all the sights without spending any cash can still be well worth your time. Personally, I could find a seat next to the water and just listen to the Disney Springs techno soundtrack for the rest of the afternoon and be super content. Okay, here's the big free souvenir Disney Springs is giving out that's still baffling to me, but it seriously has no strings attached. Well, maybe one little string. Is Disney really giving away free necklaces? Kind of. Let me explain. To potentially grab a free necklace, pick up a Disney Springs brochure and find the code for your free Luxury of Time necklace from Diamonds International. Then pop into the store with code in hand for your free Swarovski crystal necklace that even comes with a certificate of authenticity and everything. But here's where the kind of comes into play. Due to high demand, these necklaces aren't always available, but it's always worth swinging by and checking it out, just in case they're in stock during your visit. Need a place to wear your new necklace? Stick around the Springs, they've got some options for you. When you visit Disney Springs, you'll more than likely hear live music or see a live performance happening somewhere around the shopping district. You can catch live entertainment at the Disney Springs Advent Health Waterside stage in front of the large World of Disney store and the Waterview Park stage near the boathouse. But really, musical acts pop up nearly anywhere around the Springs. I've seen a rap battle happen outside the AMC Theater and really awesome violinists serenading shoppers across the way from Amorette's. If live entertainment is happening while you're busy window shopping, it shouldn't take long for you to track it down. So there are quite a few Disney Springs restaurants that have their own rewards membership programs. And when you sign up for those memberships, you might just get some birthday goodies thrown your way. In the past, we've seen CityWorks Eatery and Poorhouse give out $10 birthday gifts, Earl of Sandwich gives out birthday brownies, Sprinkles Cupcakes gives out, well, a free cupcake, duh. And Wetzel's Pretzels gives out, you guessed it, a birthday pretzel. So it's always worth checking to see if your favorite Disney Springs restaurants have an app or loyalty programs to sign up for, just to see if they've got any special discounts, promotions, or freebies to gift to you. And now for a freebie secret where you could enjoy the best of both worlds. Let's say you really want to spend the night in a room at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, but you also don't want to spend money to stay there for an entire week because that's very expensive. You can always choose to do a split stay and spend the first half of your vacation at one of the Disney Value Resorts, then wrap up with a bang over at a deluxe resort. If you decide to go the split stay route, let the cast members in the lobby of your first hotel know what's up. That way they can transfer your luggage over to your second Disney World hotel free of charge. What's that I see? Another free resort offer I can take advantage of? Let's talk about that next. You don't always have to pay for a park ticket to meet some of Disney's hottest characters. If you're lucky, you just might catch Mickey or his pals hanging out at the hotels just for funsies. We've seen Daisy Duck playing a round of cornhole with some kiddos out in the courtyard of the Riviera Resort. Chip and Dale have challenged each other to a round of Giant Connect 4. These pop-up character appearances started after the 2020 closures, when Disney World wanted to make sure guests still saw characters even if they couldn't meet them face to face. space. And that's when the caravan and around the world character caravans were born. So if you see that caravan outside the hotel, you know that someone's going to be in there from the character crew. So keep your eyes and ears open to figure out when your bestest buddies are going to be roaming the grounds of the resorts. Now, did you catch that? There was another free activity featured in that point I just mentioned. Have you figured it out yet? Let's talk about it. Games on the resort lawns. Many resorts don't have just pools. They have several other complimentary activities you can participate in too. Let's backtrack to the Riviera. The Courtyard has that giant Connect 4 game, cornhole toss, oversized chess, bocce ball, you name it. You can easily spend an hour or so competing with your group during these outdoor activities. And some hotels have specific complimentary offerings you can keep forever and ever, such as over at the Polynesian Village Resort, when you step through the front doors, you just might be presented with a fun floral lei that you can wear for the rest of your day. Just keeping up with those tropical vibes. Now, we're halfway there. Don't forget, you can get this entire list over at disneyfoodblog.com/50 free things right after we wrap up here today. That way you can refer back to it when planning your own Disney World itinerary. Now, Joffrey's coffee. So don't go up to a Joffrey's kiosk and ask them for a free coffee. That'll be weird. But you can make yourself a cup of free Joffrey's coffee when you stay in a Disney World hotel room. Each room has its own little coffee maker, complete with sugar, cream, and stirrers, and of course the Joffrey's coffee packets. Making yourself a cup of joe before you head out to the parks can save you a lot of money and a lot of time in those coffee lines. Now, if you want to catch a Disney parade without having to pay for a park ticket, the resorts have a rather unique free alternative for you to keep in mind. The Electrical Water Pageant is a 15-minute performance on the Seven Seas Lagoon with glowing neon sea creatures and patriotism all rolled into one nighttime parade. You'll be able to catch the show from the shores of any of the Magic Kingdom area resorts. And you know what? I'm not done talking about scavenger hunts, and apparently neither is Disney World. In honor of Disney's 50th anniversary celebration, the monorail resorts currently have a scavenger hunt for guests. Now remember, that's Grand Floridian, Contemporary, Polynesian Village Resort. Unlike some Disney World scavenger hunts, this one doesn't end with a prize, but it'll help you learn a lot of fun facts about the attractions around Magic Kingdom. This is a good one to do, maybe when it's raining, or on those days you don't have park tickets. And speaking of learning new things, next on our list, there are 2 places in Disney World where you can learn how to draw a popular animated character from an experienced Disney artist. The first place is Disney's Animal Kingdom, over at Rafiki's Planet Watch during the animation experience, and the second is in Disney's Art of Animation Resort during the Teach to Draw class. Check the resort and park schedules ahead of time so you know when classes happen, because we don't want you missing out. This is super fun, and you end up with a free souvenir you get to keep forever. Now, you of course don't have to know how to draw a Disney character in order to appreciate this. In fact, you can appreciate them fully from the comfort of your hotel. Let's talk about the movies under the stars. Every single Disney World hotel, whether it be a value, moderate, or deluxe, has a complimentary movie under the stars that families can attend each night. The film feature changes evening by evening, so you never know what you'll be watching next, although sometimes there's fun seasonal stuff too. And that's a great way to spend an evening just relaxing with your fam, watching that movie, getting some fresh air. And night or day, Disney can help you find some way, shape, or form to relax just a little. Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Coronado Springs, Yacht and Beach Club, and Disney's Polynesian Village Resort are just a few of the hotels that have warm and sandy beachside lounging. Though you won't be able to get into the water, seriously, don't even try, it's illegal and dangerous, you can always grab one of the beachside lounge chairs, hammocks, or bench swings and just chill out for a little bit, or a lot of it. It's your vacation after all, and this is a great way to watch a sunset. Now, little do you know, these beachsides provide more than just a midday cat nap. Disney World is known for their over-the-top nighttime shows, those fireworks shows, so how on earth will you be able to get away with watching them without a park ticket? Well, if you're currently lounging on a beachside featured at one of the monorail resorts, just stay put, because once the sun sets and the Magic Kingdom show begins, you'll be able to see the fireworks shoot off from the comfort of your lounge chair, or your hammock, or your beach swing. Let's keep the relaxing vibes going. Become one with your Disney World hotel. Several Disney World hotels do offer free sunrise yoga classes on select days throughout the week, and when you're looking into the specific offerings for your hotel on the Disney World website, check the recreation section of the page and see if yoga is listed as one of the many activities. In some cases, there may be Zumba and Pilates classes offered too. Oh, and did I mention mats and towels are provided? Classes are first come, first served, and very limited, so make sure you get to your yoga session with plenty of time to spare, which unfortunately means a pretty early wake-up call. Now, whether you're staying at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge or just swinging on by for a visit and a nice meal, you can pick up an animal spotting guide at the front desk to help you identify and learn more about the different animals hanging out on the resort's personal savanna. If you're staying in a room at Animal Kingdom Lodge, there should be a spotting guide on the table ready and waiting for you. But again, if you don't see one, you can always pick one up for free in the lobby. And even if you don't pick up one of these spotting guides, you can still watch the African animals out of those giant windows of the resort. That's completely free, and anyone can go sit out there on those little porches and watch the giraffes. Next up on the list, a free activity that your kid will talk about for ages to come. Pause that Marco Polo game because Disney's got some other poolside activities for you, totally for free, like trivia games, bingo, water balloon tosses, you name it. Once again, pool activities will vary between hotels and change up daily, so check your resort's featured schedule of activities listed in the lobby or ask a cast member at the front desk about the hotel's updated itinerary. And here's one of the biggest freebies Walt Disney World has of them all, free entry for kids. If your kiddo is under the age of 3, then you do not have to pay for their park ticket. That's right, toddlers and babies get to enjoy the parks for free. The same goes for all you care to enjoy restaurants around property. You don't have to worry about paying for your little one. They can just share from anyone's plate at the table for a whopping total of $0. Now, whether you're a kid, a teen, or an adult, everyone can experience the overwhelming boredom that might strike when you're waiting in a forever long line for a Disney ride, and that's why this next point is so important. Disney World has 2 main apps that are totally free to download and use. The first is the My Disney Experience app, which helps you plan out your park day, and the second is the Play Disney Parks app. Now, the Play Disney Parks app has select games specific to the queue you're waiting in, so you can answer trivia questions in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, help Hondo and Naka with missions before you ride Smuggler's Run, and play multiplayer mini-games as you pass the time before Toy Story Midway Mania. But wait, there is more on this one. With the hype surrounding the latest Magic Band Plus technology, you might be wanting to purchase a new band for yourself just so you can go on immersive missions around Galaxy's Edge. But the Star Wars Datapad, which can also be found on the Play Disney Parks app, gives you a similar opportunity to interact with different things around Galaxy's Edge. And it's totally free. With the Datapad, you can also go on different missions, as well as collect cargo, translate Arabesh, hack into droid technology, and just cause controlled chaos in general around the planet of Batuu. I love that you can actually make things happen on the Millennium Falcon just with this free app. But if you're really trying to avoid those super duper long lines, then this free strategy might become your trusty steed. We're talking about Disney Genie. The free version of Disney Genie can be a super underrated feature since Disney Genie Plus tends to capture the spotlight. But there's more to the complimentary planning tool than you might realize. Much like the AccuWeather app can tell you about the hourly weather forecast, the free version of Disney Genie has a forecast too, but this hourly forecast is for ride and attraction wait times throughout the day. Now, much like a regular weather forecast, Disney Genie isn't always 100% accurate, but it does give you a better idea about when rides will be at their lowest and highest wait times throughout the day. And if this is your first ever Disney trip, or even if you just want to add a little more variety to your upcoming vacation, Disney Genie can also create an itinerary for you and your group, featuring your dining, ride, and experience preferences. Now, even though this service can be super useful, it's more important to still do your research ahead of time. Don't rely solely on Disney Genie to guide you through each and every park, because sometimes those choices it adds to the mix are interesting. No, Disney Genie, I do not want to dine at Coral Reef and Epcot. Please stop adding that to my plans. Alright, paying for lightning lanes through Disney Genie Plus can add up really quickly. If only there were other options that we could rely on instead. Right, admittedly, we're hyping up these single rider lines a little too much. After all, they're limited to only a handful of rides, and sometimes they can still get rather lengthy. However, if you're at a ride that has a single rider option and the queue is looking intense, there's a good chance you can significantly lower your wait time by choosing the single rider line over the standard line, and it won't cost you a cent extra. Bonus, Rider Swap is also a free service you can use to help everybody in your group ride all the thrill rides in all the parks, even if you've got someone in your party that's not wanting to ride or can't ride while everybody else goes on. Just ask a cast member at the front of the attraction about Rider Swap before you jump in line, and they'll get you all set up. Now, making memories doesn't always have to be expensive. Sometimes a captured moment can be priceless. Yeah, that sounded cheesy. Let me explain in more human terms. If you want a professional photo from your Disney World trip, your best bet is to purchase the PhotoPass Memory Maker add-on or purchase single copies of your favorite PhotoPass photos. But if you just want a PhotoPass photographer to take your picture for free, you can ask them to take a picture of your group right on your phone, and it'll cost you nothing. There may be some cases where PhotoPass photographers won't be able to do this for you, so be aware that these guidelines could vary depending on the PhotoPass location, but most of the time they can take a picture for you with your phone. Now, cast members really do make a park day 1,000 times better, and if you're lucky, they may even put on a free show for you when you least expect it. So there are so many different ways you can watch talented artists design things around around Disney World. Did you know you can see glass blowing demonstrations at the Crystal Arts by Arribas Brothers shop in both Disney Springs and Magic Kingdom? Live sketch artists at the Art of Disney store in Disney Springs, painting performances during Epcot's Festival of the Arts, and that's only a few of the many ways you can be wowed by the endless creativity from cast members and artists that Disney brings in. And while some cast members are hired to keep the parks looking spick and span, they also like to wow us with art too. Water art to be exact. We've seen characters like Mickey, Minnie, Chip and Dale, and Goofy pop up on the Disney World grounds just out of the blue, but they don't last long. This is water art after all. So it's just a really fun, really special thing if you catch it happening. Keep your eyes peeled for the impromptu masterpieces, compliments of Disney's talented cast members. And just a little bit of information about this, those really are Disney custodial cast members. They're given the option to learn this as a little something extra that they can do for guests. Time for a freebie classic. Truly, have you even been to Disney World if you haven't gotten one of these before? Of course, we're talking about the celebration buttons. Birthdays, anniversaries, honeymoons, graduations, any special event you might be traveling for can be emphasized with a good old Disney celebration button for you to display proudly on your clothing all day long. Buttons can be picked up from the front lobby of your hotel or at various Disney theme park locations like guest relations or select merchandise shops. Now, make sure to keep that button fastened to you all day long because you never know when a little extra Pixie Dust will be thrown your way. And by Pixie Dust, I mean maybe free desserts. All right, all that walking around sure makes you break a sweat. So if only there was a way to cool down that didn't cost anything. Oh, wait, there is. Let's say you want to cool down, but you don't really want to commit to a full-on pool day. Disney World has lots of splash pads scattered around property. You can find splash pads outside Earl of Sandwich at Disney Springs or at the Casey Jr. Splash and Soak station at Magic Kingdom, or even out on the grounds at several Disney World hotels. Splash pads are abundant here, so jump on in. The water's fine. Your kids are gonna love it. This is why we always tell you to pack dry clothes. Now this might shock you, but Disney World isn't always scorching hot. So what free experiences can you expect when the temperatures start to cool down? Well, you might be excited to hear that Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party will be in full swing at the Magic Kingdom this year, but you don't have to pay for this after hours event to still get in on the holiday spirit on Disney property. There are so many free Christmas activities to explore, like admiring the giant gingerbread houses inside Disney's Grand Floridian Resort lobby and taking a walk around the Disney Springs Christmas tree stroll. And if you're planning on being at Epcot around the holiday season, you can also experience the Festival of the Holidays, which won't cost you a full extra park ticket on top of what you're already paying. You'll be able to listen to different holiday storytellers describe festive traditions from around the world and see the candlelight processional over at the American Adventure Pavilion, which is completely free and features a celebrity narrator and a full-on choir and orchestra to pull the whole thing off, and it is incredible. Now, sometimes the free things at Disney World might actually help you make money. Okay, Wi-Fi. If you're someone who works remotely, or if you don't want to keep using your data on vacation, there are lots of places around Disney World with access to free Wi-Fi, and that includes all of the hotels, all of the parks, the Disney Springs shopping district, even some of the Disney buses have free Wi-Fi. So you don't have to worry about staying disconnected or not being able to send out an important work email while you're on vacation, though I must say some Wi-Fi signals around property are lots stronger than others. I always seem to find the better Disney Springs Wi-Fi near Amorette's patisserie area. All right, time to get back to the fun. We're going to talk about Disney transportation. I know, you're like, is Disney transportation really fun, AJ? Well, it can be. The Disney Skyliner and boats and monorail, they aren't just a great way to get around the parks. They can be a nice, easygoing ride with great scenic views. Like I said, I have to ride these bajillions of times when I go with my son. To him, they're better than any Disney ride. Now, what's really important here, though, is that Disney transportation is still free for resort guests, for people who have tickets, for people who are staying at hotels. It is completely free, and that is a huge deal because y'all, they could make us pay for that someday. So let's just be grateful while it is still free. Now, as far as the Disney buses are concerned, listen, I know they can be a pain, but I'm still glad they're an option to get us from point A to point B. And that's the perfect segue to my next fun transportation point. Cast members around Disney's complimentary transportation services, like the monorail, Skyliner buses, and boats, might have collectible transportation trading cards for you to pick up. All you've got to do is ask about them. Let's see if you can collect them all. They are super fun. Your kids are going to love them. Now, there are some Disney World collections that are downright impossible to collect them all, including hidden Mickeys. Of course, you got to try out this resort-wide activity at least once. It's like the law. Disney Imagineers have created the biggest scavenger hunt by adding secret Mickey shapes to the decor, architecture, and greenery around the entire Disney World property. Some are more obvious, and some require you to have a pretty keen eye for detail. Disney's Wilderness Lodge even has a whole scavenger scavenger hunt dedicated to tracking down some of the most popular and sneaky hidden Mickeys around the hotel. Ask a cast member in the lobby for a hidden Mickey guide, then get to searching. Okay, this next one just might be the most important freebie yet. Do not take Disney's free water for granted. Trust me, you're gonna need it. I know we talk about it all the time, but it is very, very important. If you purchase a bottle of water for each of your meals, you're looking at spending an extra $4 to $5 for each drink every single day. But many quick service locations and sit-down restaurants offer free water cups upon request. And if you bring a refillable water bottle with you, there are also designated water refill stations located in lots of areas around the parks. So don't take that free water for granted. Use it, take advantage of it. We are definitely grateful for it. All right, now you've got 50 free Disney World things you can tell your friends and family about, and they're gonna love you for it. Again, remember to drop us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/50 free things for this entire list to make your life 10 times easier. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.